commitment from Emma's Torch is to help students find employment. Tu Pham graduated last July and now works at a restaurant called Lot 2.
Emma's Torch is like a door opportunity. Have learned a lot from here.
They've got the, the will and ultimately now the tools to really work in any kitchen.
This is today. This is about Emma's Torch. I got a program called Shorty's Underground, Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. They've been doing the same thing that Emma's Torch been doing for the last 20 years. You feel me? For the last 20 years. All right. And this was, I can show you this. All right. So we're going to talk about this. This is Shorty's. It's a reentry program for ex-felons. It's a reentry program by ex-felons that was established in 1997. All right, the same program. Economic, develop skills for marketable, use their talents to the fullest. You feel me? Political, create a modern government. You feel me? This is the Shorty program. And Mayor Pugh approved it. Mayor Pugh approved it. Governor O'Malley approved it. Governor O'Malley approved it. And this program is about mass incarceration in your prison industry. And I'm showing you these green cards, and I'm not an immigrant. You feel me? I'm showing you the green cards because I'm showing you how you contact your public officials to address issues that affect us in the Black community. And mass incarceration affects us directly. That's Sam Cunningham. I grew up with Sam, Southside Waukegan. We grew up together. Now he the mayor. You feel me? Now he's the mayor of Waukegan. But he ain't doing the Black community no good. And I'm gonna tell it to his face and tell you how it is. Because you got Black faces carrying out a white agenda, white supremacy, and oppression in the Black community. You can't call it white supremacy because you got a Black face doing it. I call it plantation politics. And he's just the overseer on the plantation. And to prove my point, here it is. This is about mass incarceration in your prison industry. I made a book and a documentary about it. It's called The Minority Report. And I use outhouses because I'm going to out y'all's asses. We're going to start right here. That's Governor O'Malley because Governor O'Malley approved the program in 2006. President Obama asked for an investigation in 2008. Michael Nearham has the evidence and the knowledge of everything I'm talking about. So does Ronald Davis in the Department of Justice. Dwayne G. Davis, P.O. Box. That's Lake County, Illinois. See the date? 2008. I was locked up. That's Michael Waller. Mail. All right? And this is the mail that I sent them. All right. I need the transcripts to show the Waller ordered the mail destroyed in the ARDC. All right. I was exposing your prison industry. That's from 1986. All right. Lake County Jail Compliance Department. This is the 1986 diary. June 1986. All right. That's Benny Starks. Google that name, Benny Starks. He just got out of jail after 20 years being falsely imprisoned and incarcerated. So I was going after your prison industry and your courts, the corruption in your courts and the racism in your courts behind the war on drugs. Plain and simple. That's 2007. All right. That's this case in 2009. All right. That's this case. You got Chief Johnson, Greg Bernstein, and Judge Turnbull. Because like I said, I was innocent of these charges, and I got a diary to show you everything that was going on. You feel me? Everything. Page 202. Matter of fact, let's go to page 201. I can take what you throw at me. All right? I read Dred Scott into the court records. You feel me? Dwayne G. Davis, P.O. Box. I got the mail from there. That's my house you kidnapped me from. Federal State. You feel me? Department of Justice. I don't want nobody to say that they don't have none of this information. Because you locked me up here. And you can go straight to the Department of Justice right here. You locked me up here because I was proving it. This is the third diary. That's diary number 1. That's diary number 2. That's diary number 3. When it was all about Shorty and the reentry program, your politics and the war on drugs, schools, your penal system, your health care, put democracy to a test. And I put you to a test. You feel me? So in the 2019 sessions, we're going to put this to the test. It's accessing the grand jury to hold officials accountable. It's about the criminalization of poverty. You feel me? And we go straight to Al Redmer, because like I said, I was insured when I started all this. Also a business, and I was insured. So we're going to put this insurance policy to the test. That's the Maryland State Insurance Company, all right? Right here. That's my case number. That's June. Thank you for all right? The records reflect you were the owner and operator of a business known as Shorty's Underground Ribs. All right? You feel me? The policy expiration date was October of 2008. I just showed you I was locked up in 2007, 2008. This shows you that I was the policy owner. You feel me? And right here it says, during our meeting with the undersigned, the insurance administration, all right, the fact and the judgment and credibility may require a judge or jury in a civil and a criminal judicial venue. So I asked for a civil case. Here goes the civil case. Identity theft, credit card fraud. All right. I filed that case in Circuit Court of Baltimore City in 2010. I filed that case in 2010. The same thing that you said do here, I did in 2010. You feel me? So this is my response. Shorty's Underground Ribs. That's my response. Because I still claim that property. I received the email January 24th, 2010. All right. I'm requesting a hearing. I'm requesting a hearing because I want all this in the public eye. All right. County Police Department. I filed criminal charges too, but Shellenberger won't take them. I filed criminal charges. Just like it says here. But Scott Shellenberger won't take the charges because the charges are against him. You feel me? It's about Baltimore County Detention Center. It's about Bobby Zirkin. The movie was about Bobby Zirkin. It's about Bobby Zirkin. It's about the media and the role the media plays in misinformation. You feel me? Dwayne Shorty Davis, out for justice. That's me. I'm an activist in the community. You feel me? And that's the criminal charges. The criminal chase that he said do. They said civil and criminal. So this is the civil, and here's the criminal. And Johnny Olszewski got this. So we like Chicago politics and Waukegan politics, exclusive federal investigation. You know what I'm saying? I want a federal investigation in the Baltimore County, just the same way that you going here. Because I got ties to the FBI. All right, that's my complaint. That's in 2014. Dear Eric Holder. You feel me? Dear Eric Holder. This is 2019. This is 5 years that I've been asking for this to come to Baltimore City and Baltimore County. For your course to be, you know what I'm saying, investigated. And that's the DVD. You feel me? It's the narrative life of Frederick Douglass. It's about being black in white America. It's about slavery reinvented under the 13th Amendment. So I put it all in a movie and a book. You feel me?
You see the date? Special Agent Richard McFeely. You feel me? Bank fraud, IRS. You feel me? SunTrust Bank, Bank of America. I turned in your criminal enterprise. You feel me? And you can go to Brian Frost and get this, because I want this all in the public eye. You locked up a whistleblower. You locked up a person that was exposing your courts and the corruption in your courts under Governor O'Malley's machine. And I'm going to give you something to see. Because like I said, a federal and a state audit. When I come to Annapolis next week, I'm bringing this to Annapolis. All right? I'm bringing this to Annapolis. I'm going to tie Baltimore County and Baltimore City together. I'm going to tie it to you, to this case. You feel me? Because Governor O'Malley created this machine. And that's my property on Falls Road. Employees spend summer to pay the bills. I need my store back. I want my property back. I was insured. And we're going to settle this in court the same way that you took me to court. You made me famous for a toilet? Dog, I'm going to make you famous for toilets. Because this toilet is going to expose the corruption in Baltimore City, Baltimore County. It's going to expose the corruption in the Governor O'Malley's mom machine. That toilet was about Governor O'Malley, Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, Bobby Zirkin, Mayor Kathleen Pugh, Stephanie Rawlins Blake. It was about the Democratic Party and the corruption that y'all get paid to lock black people up. James P. O'Neill, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. I was applying for Martin Luther King's job. And I'm going to show you that the state had the property and the evidence. Because they had it. You had it. You had it. And WBAL had it from the beginning. Jane Miller, Barry Sims. All of y'all had this from the beginning. Adam May. Yeah. So we coming to Annapolis next week on the 5th or the 4th, next Monday. And I'm going to bring this to Annapolis. All right? I'm going to bring this to Annapolis. And everything that I'm talking about, we're going to bring Governor O'Malley into this. Cockeysville. Dear Governor O'Malley, this is my 3rd letter. I hope this letter finds you. You feel me? Since 2006. And then when I'm going to name your politicians that knew about it. Michael Bush, House State, Black Caucus, Teller Branch, Bridges. You feel me? Branch. You feel me? I'm going to name your names and dare you to call me a liar. Because you had full knowledge of this. You had full knowledge of this. What's the color of justice? You feel me? We're going to talk about race and racism. Executive Director of ACLU. The Chicago FBI. Like I said, get my case file. Get my paperwork. Because we're talking about freedom. 400-year celebration. Where does the ghetto fit in? Congressman Cummings said you're going to give me an invite to talk about it. Well, I want to go to the House Judiciary Committee and talk about it. Like I said, it was art and evidence. It wasn't a bomb. That's my producer, Rob Fix. And that's T.J. Smith, because when he was in Baltimore City, I told T.J. Smith all of this. We had a good conversation in Walmart. So when we go in front of the grand jury, make sure that T.J. Smith come and talk about everything we had a conversation about. When we go in front of the grand jury, we're going to subpoena Rob Fix. And we're going to have Rob Fix give the 13 years of movies that I got. Because like I said, I want Shellenberger disbarred in 2019. I want him brought up on charges of theft, for kidnapping, for abuses of power of his office. Because he was protecting the Democratic Party. You feel me? He was protecting the Democratic Party. And he got to pay for that. I got my shit together. I got everything on the storyboard. And Mosley been blocking the investigation since 2006. Because like I said, go directly to the Department of Justice. See the date? It's been almost a year. Justice delayed will not be justice denied. That's Gary Tuggle, the acting police commissioner. That's Governor Hogan's office. You feel me? I don't want nobody left out of this. You feel me? That's Pastor Dante Hickman. We doing BLACKUARY February. It's going to be BLACKUARY 365. Ask Pastor Dr. Hickman about this. BLACKUARY. And we're going to go about the Constitution and the law. Because in 2019, like I said, go to Al Redmer, go to Governor Hogan. They got my paperwork. We're talking about the criminalization of poverty. And Johnny Olszewski said he's going to take care of this. Yeah, I want to tag Al Redmer. Because Kamenetz is dead. So Olszewski got to do his job. We're talking about the 2019 session. And we're going to have all our public officials held accountable. We're going to talk about mass incarceration in the prison industry. We're going to talk about denying us access to the grand jury. You feel me?
This dad invented an app so that his kids would have no choice but to call him back. So, you know how you text your kids, call me, and there's nothing?
We're going to talk about accessing the grand jury and crimes against people of color. Because right here it says, we are employing any and appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty. Y'all is the appropriate officials. And y'all been sitting on this story for 12, 13 years. So to make sure that this story gets out, I'm making a movie. And the movie's about you. The movie's going to be all about you. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about you. The movie's going to be about mass incarceration in the prison industry. It's going to be like Baltimore Rewired. Y'all sent all them brothers and sisters to jail for the war on drugs. Well, we're going to talk about the war on drugs, and we're going to show you how you get paid off of sending Black America to jail. We're going to talk about injustice, and it's going to stop being just us. You feel me? And just like I started this, I used my food to get this out. I'm an ex-felon. I started this ex-felon program in 1997. I've been in existence longer than those other programs. You feel me? Ask Pastor Hickman. Ask Gary Tuggle. Ask T.J. Smith. Ask Bobby Zirkin how long I've been doing this. Ask County Council President Quirk how long I've been doing this. Ask our elected officials how long I've been doing this. Because President Obama asked for an investigation. I'm the subject of the investigation. I'm a whistleblower on the courts. You want to make America great again? Well, we're going to address America's hate again. And we're going to do it through social media. Click, tap, and send. One-on-one, buddy. 2018 legislative session. I'm getting ready for the 2019 session because I want everybody that was involved in my illegal incarceration held accountable. I want access to the grand jury the same way that you said we would get it when you was running for office in the 2018 session. We want to talk about the war on drugs. We want to talk about the illegal war on drugs. You feel me? And we're going to talk about the disbarment of Scott Shellenberger. Because if you disbar Scott Shellenberger, he's going to snitch on the Democratic Party. The movie's going to be all about Scott Shellenberger. We're going to call it Trading Places. If I can go to jail for a toilet, Scott Shellenberger can go to jail for lying to the grand jury. Scott Shellenberger can go to jail for obstruction of justice. Scott Shellenberger can go to jail the same way that Nathan went to jail. Because like I said, I was making a movie. The movie was about Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, and the Baltimore County courts and government. I got my shit together. Rob Fix got everything I need. It's all on film. So, 2019, let's make this happen. When I come to Annapolis on the 4th, I'm going to bring my paperwork with me. You can go directly to Senator Antonio Hayes. He got the book. Senator Antonio Hayes has this book. All right? This book is Dred Scott. This book has movie releases. The same thing that you've seen on these storyboards, I got it in the book. Because I know you're not going to give me access to the court, so I'm going to give you access to the silver screen. I'm going to sell this to Netflix, YouTube, I'm going to sell it to somebody because somebody going to buy it. Everything I'm telling you is like Baltimore Rewired. I don't have to change nobody's name. When I say Kathleen Pugh, I can say Kathleen Pugh. When I say Ryan Dorsey, I can say Ryan Dorsey. When I say been jealous, I can say been jealous. And I got pictures to go with the names. I had to reshoot the footage that you stole from me. That's why you didn't like them live feeds. Johnny Olszewski said if I produce evidence, he would give me an investigation in 30 days. We down to like 25 days. And he getting this every day on the emails. And we're going to bring this in front of the grand jury. Because like I said, Senate Bill 374, I've been asking for the grand jury for the last 5 years. When I first came to Annapolis, I seen Karen. You feel me? Karen Corinne. You feel me? So when I come to Annapolis in 2019, all I want is access to the grand jury and the disbarment of Scott Shellenberger. That's it. Every time I put the camera in your face, that's all the questions I'm going to ask you. And when the media's down there in Annapolis, I'm going to put that camera in your face. And when Shellenberger comes to Annapolis, it's going to be one-on-one. Shorty and Shellenberger. I'm going to put the camera in his face and I'm going to ask him questions of what he did to me. And I'm going to do it in front of everybody. Mic check! Going to shut that shit down. When I come to Annapolis and I see Shellenberger, it's going to be all about Shellenberger. Anything that Shellenberger testifies for, you're going to have to tear it down. Anything that he supports, you're going to have to exclude him from it. Because he's tainted. He's a criminal. And he's on federal charges in a federal investigation. So he's going to be the weakest link and he's going to be the one that snitch. Like y'all said, I made a movie about the Stop Snitching video. Shellenberger going to be your snitch. Watching. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to make him snitch. I'm going to put that pressure on him. You see my videos. You see how I am. I ain't scared of going to jail. I'm not the criminal here. I'm the victim here. Shellenberger kidnapped me during Black History Month. Shellenberger kidnapped me like a slave, like Dred Scott. I'm property. And I'm going to prove that this property is a free man. Soon as I see Shellenberger, click, tap, and send. Soon as I see Mosby, click, tap, and send. Brian Frosh, Doug Gansler. Anytime I see you in public, I'm going to make you run like I did O'Malley. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. And they're going to pay attention to this. It's the Shorty program. The Shorty program. You see that? The political part of the Shorty program. The Shorty program. Religious callings, medical, construction, business, real estate, horticulture. This is a re-entry program by an ex-felon. For ex-felons. You feel me? So when you finish talking about what you're talking about, you got the program. This program works every day. It's a live program. Not just live feeds. You see what I do.